Hey there, it's Derek here from Pacific Coast Auto in Japan. We're looking at a 1995 Mitsubishi Delica space gear, four-wheel drive with a turbo diesel engine. It's a four-cylinder 2.8 liter, known to be an extremely reliable engine. These things will last to many, many miles without any problems other than maybe a leaking valve-covered gasket, which is a common thing. This one here, 115,000 kilometers on it. We'll take a look at the condition of the car and compare it to the auction inspection sheet. As with all of our videos, this car has already been bought from auction for somebody, and it's going to be shipped over there as soon as possible. This one's going over to the USA. Okay, it's an intercooled diesel engine. These put out a suitable amount of power for the car. It's not a lot, but it's reasonable. This is the stock suspension on it. It has the look of a lifted suspension. It has four-wheel drive and good approach and departure angles. I wouldn't really consider this a true off-roader. Some of the high aces can be if you want something that's a little bit more dependable. But the four-wheel drive in this is nice. It's selectable two-wheel drive / four-wheel drive. There is a low gear ratio. And we have a section here of the lot that's actually steep and loose with gravel. And it can be a struggle for some vehicles to get up there unless they're four-wheel drive. Delicas never have an issue, so they've always been good to me. This one here has the crystal light roof and is a short body version. There's somebody on a bicycle, so I'm going to go hiding here. Okay, the long body version is rather rare. Only about 10% of them have that. And it's an extra 30 centimeters here or 1 foot at the very end. The crystal light roof is a full glass roof. There are 5 panels that are glass up there. And that's only available in the high roof model, which this one is. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the condition of this one. If it is a sucky condition car, I'm going to mention it. But this one is pretty good. Oil looks fine. Coolant, you can't really tell the coolant is the right level in here, but you're supposed to be able to see through this. Unfortunately, with the design and with the air intake box there, you can't really peek in there very easily, so I couldn't really see the color to see if it looked good, but looks like it's had proper maintenance on the car. The brake booster, as you can see, has been changed. It has white lettering on it, like it's been changed with used parts. Close this up. And something about the oil too is the oil, although the level looks fine and the color looks fine, diesel oil turns black within a few kilometers of driving, and it's just how diesel oil is. In fact, it's supposed to do that. A diesel oil is a little bit different from a gasoline oil in that it has additives that lock in the carbon to give it that color. Okay, so we'll take a look here at the sheet. 1995 four-wheel drive, of course. 2.8 liter diesel, actually 4, interior C, exterior B. I think that's pretty accurate. Maybe interior B, but it could use a little bit of a cleaning on the interior. 115, 686 kilometers. Auto transmission, AC, that works nice and well. The sales points here are twin roof? That's kind of weird. Well, there's a sunroof here, and then there's a bunch of glass panels underneath covers there. And it gives you a very nice, bright, airy feeling inside the car. Unfortunately, the back right cover doesn't open, so there's some sort of problem with that one. But all of the other ones open fine. That one there closes a little bit slowly, but probably because it's a dirty track. Okay, other sales points, intercooler turbo, aftermarket wheels, and then all-terrain tires on there. The tires are from 2016. They're in decent condition, but they're a no-name brand, Duraturn Travia. Not familiar with them. And then, yeah, those are aftermarket wheels and lug nuts on there. Okay, so the report here says interior dirty, which it's true. It's not filthy like a lot of these Delicas tend to be. It's just dirty. Dashboard has screw holes in it. I'll just show you those here. 1, 2, 3, 4 with some foam that's stuck to it. And then another glued on piece here as well. Looks like something used to be mounted there. Various glue marks. It says exterior glue marks. That's weird. And small scratches. I didn't find any glue marks really. Underside light surface rust. It looks great to me, especially for a 25-year-old vehicle. Rear wiper has been removed, and the some of the seats have seat covers. It's only these front ones. I don't mind the look of the seat covers. I don't love them, but it's good to have a car that has seat covers on it from auction because it means the seats underneath are likely in very good condition. And although I couldn't pull the seats covers off because of the way that they're installed, the seats do feel good It doesn't feel like there's any rips, and the rest of the car is in good condition, so I wouldn't suspect that that's going to be a problem. Windshield rock chip, and then the body is actually very nice. You can see it says a few U1s, B1s, A1s, but all of those are very minor and nothing I would really worry about too much. Okay, so let's look at the details now. Delica space gear. There are two popular Delicas that go to the States. There are Star Wagons, which is an older version, and the space gear, which is the newer one, or the 1990s version. The Star Wagon is boxy, and this one is kind of egg-shaped or spaceship-shaped. This one here is much more comfortable on the highway, more refined. And actually, Mitsubishi sold both of them at the same time for probably about 6 or 7 years. You could still get the Star Wagon because there was still some demand for it. The Star Wagon is a cab over, and this one here is a front engine. This one will be safer in accidents, and this one's probably the one that is more popular at the moment. It is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-seater. You can get them in 8-seaters, but the 7-seater is generally the higher grade version. It has captain's chairs that you can rotate in the center, and I'll show you that in a second. Okay, this would be considered the early model. Sometimes we call that the Zenki version. And so the headlights are a little bit different than the later model ones. That is a functional hood scoop that goes into your intercooler. And this is an original front bush bar for the vehicle. You have yellow fog lamps on there. Those are original OEM equipment. And your Mitsubishi logo here is almost all there. But the S here is a little bit loose. The S here is a little bit loose, and it's missing a section of the S. Those letters commonly peel off on the Delica. Going down the sides here, I did get another video for scratches and dents and stuff like that, so I'm not going to really point them out too much, but there are about 4 dents this size on the car, and that's the extent to the body damage. The decals and the paint condition are both extremely high on this one, so I believe it's been parked indoors. Okay, it has a bunch of stickers on the back, and Grant, the sales rep for us, says you got to look into this, Yudu Camp, because he says that it's fun to watch. I don't know if it's my style thing, but he likes it. It's about schoolgirls going camping, and it is no drama at all. It's just schoolgirls going camping. I couldn't imagine why it is interesting, but everyone likes something that's a little bit different. Okay, so I'm pointing out here the gasket on the back window is cracking, a very common problem on these, and it's missing the rear mirror. There's like an arm that comes off of here and then a mirror that sits there, so that allows you to see better up against the rear bumper. It's a little bit hard to explain, but you look through the rear view mirror, you look through that one right there, and then you see the mirror here, and then you look straight down, and it gives you a good view of how far you are away from things, which is wonderful for us because we have to park the cars within centimeters of one another in the lot, and it really helps. Rear bar there is original. Rear wiper has been removed. And then intercooler, turbo, 2800, 4-wheel drive, very 1990s side decals. I'm loving the teal and purple. Okay, this is a Super Exceed model. The seller didn't know, but the Super Exceed is, I guess, a mid-grade model. We'll go to the interior now. Door cards are a little bit dirty. I'm not really going to point out everything that's just a little bit dirty. This is very dirty. That's broken. You have a CD player here for all of your CD needs. I've been doing this now for 15 years, and I remember getting excited to see all the CD and MD tech and all of that, but these days it's, you know, nobody has CDs that they play in their car, or I mean most people don't. You have a drive recorder up here, which feels a little bit cheap, but you know most drive recorders are. It has been screwed in, which is a little bit weird. Okay, an extra Navi screen that's made in maybe 1999 or 2000. It looks pretty low resolution. There's a field gauge here that has a compass that doesn't work anymore, unfortunately, and a thermometer, and your roll and pitch there in a little gauge, which is cool to see, especially if you're going off-roading in a lifted up minivan, essentially. Okay, this is peeling. Same thing on the other side of that. I got a picture of it if you are the owner. Let's close this door to make sure that the GS can get by. It was an IS, not a GS. The GS is the 4-door, or the 2-door, I mean. Aftermarket boost gauge there. Kind of fun to have, but not necessary. It kind of gets in the way of your tachometer. Not tachometer, your odometer. No, tachometer. Yes, I got it right the first time. Should never have second guessed myself. Not like you really need the tachometer that much, but yeah. Okay, so let's get into the back, which for people who want a minivan, that's very important. Sliding door just on one side. It wasn't until the next generation of Delica that you got the 2 sliding doors, except for very, very limited dual sliding door versions of the Space Gear. I think I've only ever seen 2 of them in how many years? These rotate, so you can point them in the other direction if you want. There is an optional karaoke machine that you can get with these, that you plug in microphones and it gives you like echo and volume on the microphones, and you can plug in a little screen and everything. It's really quite cool. It is rare. You probably aren't going to find it very often, but imagine having a karaoke party with the seats turned around, you and 3 of your friends hanging out while your dad drives you to Disneyland. I don't know. I'm thinking 1997 Japan. Got your Super Nintendo hooked up too. That was a console in 97, right? No, 97 then N64 had come out already. This is cool. Let's see if it works. On. So fluorescent light. And then you can set different, like this, or orange. You want orange lights. I'd like to see what that looks like at nighttime. I've never been able to, unfortunately. Okay, flip up seats. So you can flip to the side if you want more cargo room. There is an awful lot of cargo room in these because they are a minivan. And being a van driver myself, highly recommend the van life. You get something that drives better than an SUV, has more space than an SUV, and can be incredibly cool, especially these JDM ones. Came with a blanket. If you want to wrap yourself in JDM goodness, you can try. I personally wouldn't, but some people really love Japan, so give it a try if that's you. There's no judgment. You get a little lamp here, flashlight, some tools that should be inside there. Let's open this. Hard to do one-handed. Tools in. And camera down. And this is the most engaging part of the video. While I fix the tools in, so I don't have to do it after, because I might forget, because I'm like that sometimes. Okay. Close that up, and we are at the end of the report. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you want to buy a Delica Space Gear yourself, because these are awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and have a nice day.